like to work on the job if I had choices because I'm getting sabotaged help all over.
I understand what you're saying, Kiana, but if you recall what I was telling you before, with everything that you're working on now and that you're dealing with, I think it's best that we focus on that and getting you stable first. That's just my opinion.
Oh no, I want to go
Before
ahead
we
and do the
look for
job
employment.
searches. I still want to go through the program because for
Well,
years, what people are doing, I've been railroaded, and each location I turn, someone's salty in the water. I appreciated being able to go there. The therapist is sabotaging help too. I don't have a choice because I
okay.
haven't
Have you?
had one for years.
Okay. Have you gotten a chance to follow back up with the Circle Drive manager on that job?
She hasn't responded. She's not contacting me back. She said she would set up an appointment, and this is a pattern for me. I think someone is illegally monitoring my environments and sabotaging my ability to get services at a multitude of locations, which is criminal. And it's about time they got their charges. To
Okay. Have you?
I,
Go
that,
ahead.
I had a job at Chime Solutions, and like 7 people at that location blatantly lied on me, and these lies were caught in text, and it almost cost me my job. So I went to go try to report it to the police. I think they're behind it, so they wouldn't take the report. And I had text showing that multiple people lied. Technical support hung up in my face 5 times when I was having issues signing in. And they punished me and told me that basically that I was lazy and didn't want to work because I could not get in the system. And then they
Okay.
condoned technical support hanging up in my face 5 times in a row. I get a lot of psychological abuse. But if I had choices, I would like to meet with you. The therapist is already scamming. She told me last week that she wanted to see me there's someone is, I believe, controlling my environments. So they sabotage things that are important to me. I want therapy. I've been through a lot of trauma. So she was trying to tell me that we were going to have therapy every other week, every 2 weeks now, and we have it every week. So I got my phone, and then she changed it to we can have it every week, but she keeps canceling. So a conspiracy to violate rights is criminal. She's already sabotaging therapy. I want to keep on doing the job search. They're not giving me services here. They're having me do everything on their own. They're lying about I had an eviction from a false arrest, and they help pay evictions. And then my caseworkers is being dishonest and telling me that they stopped doing it. And I know people that got their eviction paid. This has been a pattern for me.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Kiana. Would you be open to working in, say, the hospitality field or in the restaurant food field?
Is there any particular reason why I can't just work in the field that I was told you, the customer service, because I need knee replacements on both legs?
Well, that I'm just trying to think of something, the quickest way to get you into a job, because jobs like that will hire you pretty quickly.
Well, can we
Um,
discuss it in person and keep meeting? Do I have a choice?
what I'm trying to explain is I would encourage you to try to apply to those type of jobs because those places like that will hire pretty
Can we talk
quickly.
about this in person? Do I have a
Well,
choice?
we're discussing it right now, so that's what I would encourage you to do first. And also, if you're able to, I will go back up to Circle Drive to try to speak with
Okay, can
out of the dailies.
what
But
about the monthly?
I don't have any of those either right now. We're waiting to get restocked on those. Some dailies.
No, they said
If you
that they told me he kept playing games and would not help me. So, and I appreciated that you were able to get me one, so I would be able to get back and forth to interviews and to handle business. So, but here's the problem: each avenue I take is sabotaged. It's like someone is interrupting any help possibly I can get on this planet. So I can't even get help with a job either or therapist. I go to all these domestic violence organizations yesterday. One told me that they don't help people with schizophrenia. I'd have to go to MHMR to flee abuse. And then they asked me if I was recording. This is criminal for someone to repetitively keep getting away with this year after year. So I'd like to meet with you and at least, continue to do the job searches because everything else is sabotaged and corruption. and no one has had accountability for these crimes and railroading me year after year.
Okay. Well, as I said, Kiana, that's my stance on that. I would suggest
So you're
we.
denying me assistance. You're denying me help.
I'm trying to explain to you what I think is best
I'm
right
not
now.
being heard. I've had to endure this 5 years. I don't get services at a multitude of locations. I want to continue. I've denied therapy. She's been playing games with therapy. If I had a choice, I don't want to repetitively be in this conspiracy to violate rights scheme. I would like to get services like other people and not watch other people get assistance that parties are told not to give me. If I had rights, I want to continue seeing you and doing the job searches.
I understand what you're saying, Kiana, but at this point right now, I think that's what's best is for you to get more stable first, and
So
then
you're
we
denying me
can do the.
assistance. You're denying me the job search.
I'm not denying you of anything. That's the reason I called you because I'm trying to help you, Kiana.
I
That's the
like to
reason I
do it in
met. That's the reason
person and
I'm.
have rights because all my rights are violated. I like to have rights and not get punished when my abuser's mad and enlist people in my environment to lash out, even family members. I like to be a normal woman and not have to continue to endure this with therapists denying services, sabotaging help, slandering me, scheming, so I don't get services like they've been doing 5+ years. You have to see it to believe it. So I cannot even get the bare minimum of someone on a job search program. You're going to force me to get a situation resolved that I can't because everyone's conspiring with it that I come in contact with. You're
I'm
going to
not
force me.
conspiring or forcing you to do anything, Kiana. I'm trying to help you. That's why I've met with
Well,
you
helping
before.
me would
That's
be
why
to continue to meet with me weekly like you do other people and not sabotage my rights. That would help.
because I think what's best right now is, like I said, for you to get more stable first
How
with
you
everything
help
that you
people
have
that are
going on.
homeless and in MHMR? That's your
I'm sorry.
job. You help people in MHMR that are
I
homeless
do.
and all that. So
I
what do you
do.
mean get more stable? That's your job. Part of your job criteria is helping people get stable that are
I,
not.
I do, and that's where the people you've been seeing come into play. I think you need to continue seeing the people you've been seeing at Circle Drive through ACT and the other services, so they can
Okay,
help you
so
become more stable.
now you're saying that I'm not stable mentally, so you have to withdraw the job searches. You have to withdraw assistance because I'm not mentally stable after I reported abuse to you.
I did not say that, Kiana.
Okay, so I'm not understanding if your job criteria is help people with mental illness that are not stable to get stable with employment, why I'm falling through the cracks, I believe intentionally again. The
I'm
therapist is
sorry.
sabotaging therapy too. They're sabotaging help here. I applied for food stamps and they sent me a letter saying that they were working on the case, never called me, and I never got them the second time. If someone is railroading my environments and controlling them, that once again is criminal, which I think is what's going on.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't think I'm doing that,
Okay, so
but
you're
I'm sorry you
denying
feel
me
that
the
way.
job searches. I cannot meet with you again.
I did not say that. I just said for now, I think it's best that we get more stable with everything you have going on. I didn't say anything about your mental health. I didn't say
What are you
anything
wanting
about
to
any
be stable?
specifics
What are you wanting to be stable?
because I think you have a lot of challenges going on that need to be stabilized before we focus on employment. That's what I'm saying.
I think that someone is sabotaging my ability to flee and using any avenue they can and had no consequences for it for years. I don't believe you because this
Oh,
doesn't make what you're saying does not make sense. You want
I'm
me to be
sorry you feel that
stable,
way.
having a job and doing job searches. That's how you get stability. But I've had to endure this living nightmare years. That's why I'm trying to build up a track record of all the conspirators in the conspiracy to violate rights scheme, even to down to something as minimal as job searches and therapy is controlled, and that's criminal.
I understand. So, Kiana, again, that's where I'm coming from with this. I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't agree with that's what I'm doing.
Well, then, what is your
But
rationalization for not giving me, allowing me to
I
continue in the
just
job
explained
search?
it. I just
What are
explained
you
it to you.
wanting to be? What would show you stability?
Well, I read when you meet with your therapist and people you meet with. I read what they write, and so I
What they
read their
write?
notes. I'm sorry.
What is in the notes? Since I reached out for domestic violence assistance and all people retract on help and sabotage my ability to flee, what they write?
You can check with them and ask them what they wrote. They can give you copies of it.
Okay, so now you're just not depriving me of the job searches because something that was wrote that they wrote. That's your excuse for sabotaging or violating my rights in a conspiracy is
Um,
that they wrote something. So now you have to withdraw on the job search. And then the lady at that location will not call me back for the interview. This is criminal, and it's about time people got their charges. It's
I
for an
understand, Kiana, and
abuser
I'm
to
sorry you feel
railroad
that
me
way.
in every environment, everywhere I turn, even with family. To sabotage it is criminal.
I'm
So I
sorry
believe
you
that's
see
what's
us
going
that
on.
way.
Well, I mean, you won't tell me why you feel that you don't need to see me in my crisis, like a lot of other people sabotage help in my crisis. I get punished when I try to flee the abuse, and they blame it on me and other different things. The therapist is trying to blame it on me and says that she needs to have someone with her when she sees me for therapy. I think there are schemes to deprive me of services like I've had to endure years before COVID. People they would the police would come out and enforce I didn't get help, sometimes pushing and shoving and even with arrest. These are felonies that repetitively keep getting ignored. This to keep in mind that's an abuser that all these people are letting control them. This is 2024 and this has been going on out of control ever since 2018, and it's time people got their consequences for allowing an abuser to control them.
I hear what you're saying. I have to get ready to meet with another person, but I just wanted to return your call to let you know
That we're
where
not
my
going. You're not
stance
gonna.
is with it.
We're not gonna see each other because of what they wrote in the notes. When I reached out, I told you about the abuse. This is the pattern. I told you about the abuse, and you told me that there were certain things that they can do that they weren't doing. Now everybody wants to deny me services and punish me like I've had to endure 5+ years if I'm not getting arrested and assaulted trying to get help. I'm just trying to establish this pattern, and charges that are long overdue. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you? What time? A matter of time do you think that you're going to need for me to be stable enough to get help to get stable? How long do you think that this was? Because Bridge already schemed to ban me for 6 months. That's why I'm here in Fort Worth because I was railroaded and denied services all in Dallas everywhere I turned. So I came here to another location, and then they're racking up on criminal trespasses and railroading me here to keep deprive me from getting services all over. So, how long do you think it's enough time before we can do a job search for me to get stable, for you to believe that I'm stable to get stable? How long do you think that would be?
Also, I just want to point out, Keon, as far as the job searches, you're, you're also, if you're able to go to like the TWC, Texas Workforce Commission,
Well, here's the thing.
or any places like that.
In my abuse, support is very vital for a woman fleeing abuse. A support system, and then someone is sabotaging my support system.
Well, I'm sorry you feel I'm sabotaging your
No,
support
I said
system.
someone is sabotaging my support system and interrupting any kind of support I can get. So even with
I'm
therapy.
sorry for that.
So how much time do you think that you will need before you feel that I'm stable enough to get stable with a job?
I can't answer that right now, Keon. I'm sorry.
Is
But
it a
like I said,
month? And you also said there's something that they wrote in their notes after I reached out for help for abuse. This is a pattern. So they wrote something else in their notes that you don't want to discuss.
they wrote what you have told them. They wrote what they did.
You said that something
And
in the
just by you and I speaking, and I've been doing this a long time, I think that what is best right now, like I told you face to face when we met at homeless clinic, employment will be here. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here. But for now, my concern is your health and your well being, and I would like you to be stable. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to
stable
sabotage you.
how?
I'm
I'm
not trying.
not understanding what kind of stability you're seeking, so I can
Okay.
correct it and make it better. Can you educate me on what kind of stability you're looking for? Because I
Okay.
don't know what you're speaking
I
of.
just, for the last 10 minutes, I've been trying to explain that.
Okay,
And I'm sorry that we're not
okay.
on
So
the
you're
same
saying
page
that
with
you
that,
want me to
but
get out my domestic violence crisis before I can do job searches?
I did not say that.
I don't
You're putting words in
understand.
my mouth.
I'm trying to
So
get clarity. I don't understand. Can you please communicate with me what kind of stability you're looking for?
I've explained that for the last 10 minutes,
I don't
Kiana, and I'm
just.
sorry that we're not on the same
Well,
page.
that's okay.
But
Just
for
can you
now,
just to make it clear? So if you are,
well,
if there's no
I've,
red flags, you can just explain it to make it clear because I don't understand.
I've made it clear to you, and if you're not understanding it, I
I don't.
apologize.
It feels like
But
I'm
I've made
getting
it clear and I've
gaslit.
explained it.
It feels like I'm getting gaslit because this is normal behavior. If I tell you
I'm
that I'm not
sorry you feel
understanding,
that way,
yeah. So can you just educate me on what kind of stability you're looking for?
and I've explained that for the
I
last 10 minutes.
Okay. Can you
And
just
I think
explain it real
at this
quick?
point,
You don't want to
Kiana, at this
explain it,
point,
and I'm getting gaslit.
Kiana, at this point, we're going to go ahead and end the call,
You want
okay?
to end the call. This is what they did the other day. I think someone is prearranging my environments and sabotaging assistance. So you want me to be stable, and you won't tell me what kind of stability you're looking for to give me assistance.
I've explained that to you,
Okay,
Kiana.
I
But
didn't
for
get
now,
it.
we're going
It's
to go
just
ahead and end the call, okay?
no, that's not normal behavior. Why would you end the
Okay.
call? I just want to know and be clear so I can know when I can get the services because they've been sabotaged years. So
I
can you just
understand.
tell me what kind of stability you're looking for so I can know when I qualify for services that I haven't qualified all around me 5 years plus and conspiracy to violate rights is criminal. You
I
don't want
understand,
me to know
Kiana.
what kind of stability. Are you looking for mental stability, stability with the domestic violence situation? I want to be on the same page, and you're depriving me of the information so we can be on
I'm
the
not
same page.
depriving you of anything. I've been
Okay, well
open
then
and
just let
honest
me
with
know.
you
It
from
only
the
takes a
time.
second. Are you looking for mental health stability, stability with the domestic violence crisis,
Kiana,
stability with a
I'm not
job?
going to continue to keep explaining this to you. We've been on the phone now for
All right, I
almost
think you're
15
gaslighting
minutes.
me. I don't
And
understand, and a normal person would not mind
okay,
making sure that there's clarity. I think I'm
okay.
being gaslit.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I disagree. And I've been on
Well,
the
why
phone for
don't you just
15
let me
minutes
know what
now.
kind of stability
Try,
you're looking for? I don't know.
Kiana,
Okay, well, look, just go ahead and do this. Look at my YouTube channel, Kiana Clark P. Set yourself on YouTube, because I think that you guys are scheming to deprive me of services. That's what I think.
okay. Okay, Kiana, you have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.